thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no
marriage.
longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones, because of the position Beyonce's.
As I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person.
Jay-Z's world just got rocked. His alleged secret son, Ramir Satterthwaite, has officially filed a federal lawsuit against him. And now whispers say Beyoncé is ready to walk out for good. Everyone knows Jay has cheated before, but this time it's looking like the final straw. Rymir's been saying the same thing since way back in 2015, that Jay-Z is his father. His mother, Wanda, claims she was with Jay in the early 90s, and that's when Rymir was conceived. She even said they used protection, but it failed. After she found out she was pregnant, Wanda tried to reach Jay, but he never picked up the phone. Years later, when Rymir grew up, Wanda came clean and told him the truth. Since then, Rymir's been on a non-stop mission to get Jay-Z to acknowledge him.
I believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father.
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like this can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair.
At one point, his team was supposedly down to do a DNA test. But once they realized Wanda was super young when she got involved with Jay, they backed out fast. From that moment on, Jay-Z's been dodging and ducking, doing everything to avoid putting his name on paper.
She been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling him Jay-Z. And I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, you know, had my little brother and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but this was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years.
Now, think about it. Jay could shut all this down in seconds with a simple paternity test, but he won't. Why? Because he knows if Beyoncé finds out he fathered another child, her bags are packed, and she's gone. Her entire brand is built on being untouchable, and she can't let Jay drag her down with these messy scandals. And it gets even wilder. Rymir is now pushing this all the way to the Supreme Court. If the truth comes out, it could destroy Jay-Z's reputation and marriage in one blow. Meanwhile, Jay keeps calling Rymir a liar and a harasser, but Rymir says he's got receipts. Real evidence that could ruin everything Jay-Z's been trying to hide. Rymir says this has never been about chasing money or fame. He just wants the truth about who his real father is.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. Oh, wow. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
he had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on. You're not wrong. At the same time.
After that, he got some shit. He started drinking. His pictures with him.
After all these years, that's the only thing he's asking for. But Jay-Z? He's been paying off lawyers and blocking Rymir at every turn, making sure the truth stays buried. There are even claims of paperwork proving how Rymir's been stonewalled for decades just so Jay doesn't get convicted. Jay's legal team keeps brushing everything off, calling Rymir's fight a harassment campaign and pointing to old court dismissals like it's case closed. But Rymir isn't letting that scare him. People who've met Rymir say the resemblance is undeniable. His features are nearly identical to Jay-Z's. The face, the smile, even the mannerisms. One source said, once you sit with him, you see it. That's Jay-Z's son.
You spoke on, the love child, Rymir, Jay-Z's, he's come out and said, this is just long-term harassment, man. He's like, this thing won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's his child. That's very disrespectful. I mean,
to a man chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees, is like all of this just by accident.
And maybe that's why Jay is so desperate to keep running, because admitting it would mean confessing to something that could blow up his entire family and legacy.
Get on here and let everybody know the updates, what's going on. It's been a crazy couple weeks, y'all. I want to let y'all know that I have not stopped my fight. You know, I did withdraw my case. It's for a reason, y'all. It's not because I'm stopping with it or not going to refile it or anything like that. It's just a lot going on behind closed doors. Hey, we got to step back and play chess, not checkers, so.
And here's the wild part. Rymir's not just pushing a lawsuit, he's going federal with it. He's filed under something called the Pro Se Legal Act, basically representing himself to get his day in court. His lawyer, Lily, explained it perfectly. This isn't even about Jay-Z anymore. This is about how the system failed us and put our lives at risk.
As Ramir said, I'm back again. Just keeping y'all updated on my situation and just keeping the world just, ears open for a lot of things that's going on in the world and a lot of things that's going on still in our court system. I'm just trying to keep the world really aware because this is something that's going on continuously on a daily basis with maybe many different people. So as I said, I was in a major court, me, my mom, my godmom, we've been in court for many years and it's just been crazy. As I said before, it's been crazy. We've been going in there. I don't feel like we've been getting our rights really appreciated.
Rymir is also pushing for criminal charges against Jay-Z. He even went public on Instagram, dropping a video accusing the courts of being corrupt and covering up fraud.
Important to deal with because all the fraud on the court, if we just let that, just pass and not say anything about it, they would continue to do anything they want. It's not just with us, it's with people in the world. Like a lot of fraud and a lot of collusion that's just been going on and just been looked over was never supposed to happen. And I would not let that pass. I'm not letting the lawyers get away with that. They will not go in the courtroom of justice and just lie like that and continue to get praised off it or, use this lie to benefit off all these years. Like we've been going to court, putting our hard-earned money out there. And
meanwhile, Jay-Z is still out here saying Rymir is just harassing him for money. But that doesn't even make sense. Rymir's lawsuit doesn't ask for cash or child support.
You going in there to fight fraud, that's just that's craziness. That's really craziness. And I don't think nobody in the world should have to go through that. You going in there, you paying your hard-earned money. You got these lawyers that just frauding and pitting anything they want basically in the courtroom, and the judges is just allowing this to go on. I honestly believe that both of them should be hold it responsible for this, because you guys, this is you guys' job, and if the judge can't see this or overlook it, I can understand a mistake, but just throughout the years, to continue to overlook fraud it's just craziness to me. Like, come on, it's right there in your face. If you can't see that, then I don't know what else we can do to help you guys believe that it's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that just like how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers.
Nothing like that. He's a grown man now. Jay doesn't owe him a dime. What he wants is acknowledgement. And the truth, Jay keeps hiding. Rymir has never switched up his story. Not once. Since his very first legal push back in 2015, he's been clear. He doesn't want hush money, and he won't take a payout just to stay quiet. He even told The Sun, "I've been denied the right to a fair hearing because of legal mistakes and powerful people working against me. If Jay-Z says I'm not his son, then just take the test. Prove it. Do it now." But instead of answers, Rymir says he's been met with non-stop pressure.
Predict a Beyoncé and Jay-Z divorce announcement in 2025. It's officially gone too far. It's too much. The allegations are terrible.
And the weight finally got so heavy that on July 18th, 2025, He officially withdrew his federal lawsuit against Jay-Z, confirmed by filings in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. People thought it was over, case closed. But just days later, on July 22, 2025, Rymir jumped on Instagram Live to set the record straight. He told supporters that stepping back wasn't giving up.
I'm not that type of person. I work for everything, trying to basically make sure no other kids or nobody else in the world has to go through this. Basically, don't feel afraid to go to court. So many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them. And sometimes it only take a little search, go search. And if it's wrong, we're adults. Well, most of us adults, even for the teenagers, this being a role model for them, showing you can go in the courtroom, and if you're doing everything correctly, you should be able to. This always been a person that I never hate anyone. I never, I don't walk around with hate for a person. So I try to teach my kids that just be the best that you can be. So that's just a motto I go off. I would never hate Jay-Z. It was never that type thing. I respect him for everything he did. And as I said, I've been going through a whole lot through these years. It'll take another 10 years, maybe another 50. Maybe I'll take this to the grave with me, but everybody can say I fought this.
It was strategy. In his own words, "I have not stopped my fight. It's for a reason. We gotta step back and play chess, not checkers." So while it looks like Jay-Z just dodged another bullet, this saga isn't dead yet. The lawsuit may have been dropped for now, but Rymir made it clear this was just a move in the bigger game. And on July 27th, he doubled down again in another video, telling his followers that he's not done exposing the truth about Jay-Z, no matter how long it takes. Even with the lawsuit pulled, the drama is far from over. Rymir keeps saying that he's got more evidence and he's ready to bring it all out if Jay-Z keeps hiding. Supporters online are calling this one of the biggest cover-ups in hip-hop history, and they're demanding answers. Jay-Z's side keeps trying to spin the story, saying Rymir is obsessed and won't let it go. But fans aren't buying it anymore. They see the patterns, court cases disappearing, powerful lawyers stepping in, and judges suddenly ruling in Jay-Z's favor every single time. People are now asking, is the system protecting Jay more than it's protecting the truth? Meanwhile, Beyoncé has stayed completely silent. Insiders say she's furious behind the scenes, worried about how much longer she can hold her image together while all this mess spills out. For her, it's not just about marriage anymore. It's about her billion-dollar brand. Every headline that links Jay-Z to Rymir chips away at the empire she's worked so hard to build. And here's where it gets even messier. Rymir's team claims they've got receipts that Jay-Z once agreed to a DNA test, but pulled out last minute when things got too close to exposing the truth. That move has fans questioning everything Jay has ever denied. Because if he's so confident Rymir isn't his son, why keep running from the test? This battle is now bigger than just father and son. It's about power, money, and reputation. If Rymir really drops the evidence he says he has, it won't just damage Jay-Z. It could completely destroy the Carter legacy as we know it. Rymir isn't backing down, and now he's promising that the truth is going to come out one way or another. In his latest posts, he's hinted that there are sealed documents and private communications that prove Jay-Z knew about him all along. That claim alone has fans buzzing, with many saying the Carters can't hide this forever. Jay-Z's camp is still calling Rymir delusional, but the more they deny, the louder the crowd gets. Social media is flooded with side-by-side photos comparing Jay-Z and Rymir, and the resemblance is undeniable. Comment sections are filled with people writing, "That's Hov's twin," and "There's no way he's not the father." It's becoming a public trial in real time, with millions weighing in. What's worse is the toll this could be taking on Beyoncé. Sources close to her claim she's reached her breaking point. She's reportedly told friends she won't let Jay-Z's hidden scandals keep dragging her name down.
When Jay said the line in Picasso Baby, yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of.
If Rymir's evidence actually hits the courts or goes public, insiders believe Beyoncé may finally decide to cut ties once and for all. And here's the bombshell. Rymir's lawyer has hinted that this case could reopen with new filings already being prepared. That means Jay-Z might be forced back into court sooner than he thinks. If that happens, he can't just rely on dismissals or delays anymore. He might finally have to face the DNA test he's been avoiding for years. At this point, the stakes couldn't be higher. Jay-Z is fighting to protect his reputation and billion-dollar empire. Rymir is fighting to prove his truth. And Beyoncé? She's stuck in the middle, watching everything she built with Jay crumble under the weight of a scandal that just won't die. News reached out to Jay-Z's team for a statement after Rymir withdrew his lawsuit, but there's still no response. Instead, court filings from June 16th show Jay-Z's attorneys blasting the claims as nothing more than fabricated allegations, saying multiple courts have already tossed them out. They labeled this latest case as just another chapter in what they call a decades-long harassment campaign. But here's the problem. The more Jay-Z tries to dismiss it, the more people start believing there's something he's desperate to hide. Critics say his cold treatment of Rymir shows exactly how little he cares about his kids, whether they're in the spotlight or not. And with the pressure mounting, everyone is asking, how long can Beyoncé really stay silent? Adding even more fuel, 50 Cent came forward saying Jay-Z and Beyoncé's marriage was always about business connections, not love. He claimed that's why Jay continues to cheat and why together, they've managed to secure over 24 Grammy wins since tying the knot. Fans are left wondering if their entire relationship has just been one big arrangement for power and profit. And let's not forget, Wanda wasn't the only woman tied to these allegations. Rumors have linked Jay-Z to names like Rihanna, Foxy Brown, and even Aaliyah.
I feel like, right now I feel like I got a bigger fight. This is part of my life, so I won't know anyone. But as long as you guys, I can go in the courtroom and get a fair due process and get the truth and, get treated like everyone else, I'm cool with that. I'm not asking for much. I'm really not asking for much. I'm just asking them guys to do their job. And what's so hard about that? To live my life, take care of my family, and do everything I got to do for myself and, for my family, and just continue to help others in the world like I've been doing for as kids and my community. I say it's a bigger picture than just a paternity test.
While some of these claims remain unproven, the whispers refuse to die, leaving a dark cloud over Jay-Z's image. At this point, whether you believe Rymir's accusations or think Jay-Z's side will hold up, one thing is crystal clear. This battle is far from finished. The real question now is, when the truth finally comes out, will it be too late to save his marriage, his empire, or even his legacy? For the raw, unfiltered updates without the industry spin, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. See you next time with the next bombshell.